Hi there, it's Nicole here from Mama Elephant, and today's card features the brand new Chance of Rain stamp set and coordinating Creative Cuts dies, part of the June 2015 release from Mama Elephant. To start, I am stamping the child image and umbrella on some watercolor cardstock using an archival ink from Ranger. This is the black or jet black archival ink. Once I have those images stamped, I'm going to use the Zig Clean Color Real Brush water markers to watercolor in my images. I am actually not going to be using any additional water here. I am simply going to blend my markers together for that watercolor look on this card here today. I'm starting out by using the Flesh Color watercolor pen 071, and then I added a little pink to the cheeks with 028, and then to add some shadows and dimension to the skin, I went back with 072 and added that little darkness there, and then I'll go back with the 071 and blend that out. So that's going to give a really great kind of more realistic looking watercolored skin there. All of the Zig marker colors that I'm using are shown up in the top left corner of the screen to make it easy if you are wondering exactly which colors I might be using here today. Next, I'm taking a couple colors of red, kind of orangey reds, really. This is the darker of the two that I'm going to be using, 023. And I'm simply tracing mostly along the actual stamped lines of the image so that I can give a little red raincoat here. You don't have to be real specific when doing this. In fact, I think it probably even looks a little bit better if you do it a little bit more messy. It gives that little bit more of that watercolored look. Then I'm going in with my lighter color, which is 222, and blending that out. So pulling that dark kind of out away from where I laid it down and then blending it together. I got a little red into the face. What's great about that, I went back with that flesh color marker and kind of pushed that ink back out. Then I'll go ahead and finish coloring in the jacket. So even if you maybe get your colors, if they go outside the lines a little bit or go into other areas, don't be afraid to maybe try to do a fix instead of starting all over. I always try to fix it instead of starting over if it's possible. Now, I thought some of those darker areas blended out way too much, so I ended up going back in with my darker color, and I am going to retrace or go over those areas with that darker color so that I can definitely darken those up and add a little bit more shadows. So go ahead and just add that here and there a little bit, and then I will just kind of gently blend that out. I'm not going to go over the entire thing again. More just kind of pull that just a tiny little bit where I've added that color so that it's not such a stark definition. Once I have the coat colored in, I can move to the umbrella, and I'm using kind of a green and a mint here. I'm using 048 and 049. Again, I'm laying down the darker of the two colors. And then I will go back with my lighter color and kind of pull that color out and lighten it up in certain areas. So here's the lighter mint color. Pull the dark kind of color down, blend that out because I don't want any harsh lines from where I laid down the darker of the two colors. And you can blend that. You can see how awesome that blends. Gives a really great watercolored look. Now again, if it blends too much, I did go back in and add just a little bit of dark there along the top of the umbrella, and I ended up not even blending that out. For the rain boots, I decided to go with black, and I'm building that with a couple of colors of gray, 095 and 901. Again, laying down my darker color first, and then pulling out that dark color with my lighter marker. And that really looks pretty good. It did blend out maybe a little more than I wanted. So again, I did go back with my dark color before it was all the way dry. and just kind of blended that out. I used the dark color for the zipper pull as well. And finally, I have a couple of colors of brown here for the hair. Like, again, started with my dark color, go back in with my lighter of the two, and blend that out. If it blends out too much, which all of my colors today seem to do that a little too much, so I went back with my darker color. Once those images have completely dried, I am going to take the coordinating Chance of Rain Creative Cuts dies, lay those over the images, and run them through my Big Shot die cutting machine. I finally have my gray machine out of the box. It's been sitting here for weeks and weeks, and I just never got around to putting it together. So I am using my brand new machine, which I love. I love the color of this machine. It's nice and neutral. It goes with any craft room. And I also die cut this tag from the Mama Elephant Tags a Lot Creative Cuts die collection. I'm going to be creating my little scene here on this tag. I'm going to lay out all of my elements, and then I'm taking the Zig marker in 302, which is a really, really light blue, and I'm going to draw in a little bit of rain for my little kid to be standing in here. This is a very light blue. If you wanted to lighten it even more, you could even take a water brush and kind of pull that color out and really watercolor that in. I'm using one of the sentiments from the Chance of Rain stamp set, stamping it right there next to my little image. And then I will go ahead and add the hole or glue these images in place, and then I can add the hole reinforcement at the top of the tag. I always like to go back on my images that have eyes, whether they're critters or images of people or children, and add some black gel pen to the eyes. I really think it makes them pop. Before I finished that tag, I forgot I did go on in and add 3 of the raindrop stamps from the Chance of Rain stamp set. I'm going to ink those up with some white pigment ink, and then on this Avriel card base, I'm just going to stamp these over and over again. And I saved some time by adding 3 of these images to a single stamp and stamping them all at once. I am not going to stamp the entire card front, but rather just kind of stamp it here and there. It's very, very light and very subtle. In real life, I think you can see it a little bit better, but I think it really adds to the theme of the card and helps the background not be so plain. Do a couple there underneath where that tag will hang, and that looks pretty good. So I like how that turned out. I think it really does help tie the whole theme of the design together. Now there is several hole reinforcement images with the Tags a Lot die collection, but I chose this one and I die cut it from some Simon Says Stamp slate gray cardstock and adhered it to the top of the tag. Then I'll take a Crop-A-Dile and punch through the top of my tag as well. Then I can go ahead and attach my cute little images. I'll add some adhesive to the umbrella. For the stem of the umbrella, I did take some liquid glue with the Zig glue pen. Just pop that right there in his hand. And then I'm taking some silver lawn trimmings twine from Lawn Fawn. Thread that through the top, and that's about all I need there to finish off that card. So I will go ahead and attach my tag right to my card front, and that will complete the design. Thanks for watching this video showcasing the brand new Mama Elephant Chance of Rain stamp set and coordinating Creative Cuts dies. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video on YouTube. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.